Hi, I posted on Instagram today that I realized I'd been away for a little while, and I said that I was going to make a video here about it tonight, so here I am. Hello. This is an update to the video I made not too long ago about how I'm trying to gain some weight. I wanted to give you an update, and yeah, I bought a scale, so I'm now actually tracking my weight. I also stopped counting calories because it was really hard, and I'm hoping I can just naturally gain the weight, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I definitely estimated my weight way too high before I got the scale and before I really started, because by the time I got the scale I was about 100 pounds, and I initially thought that I was about 110, and my goal is to get to 120 because I think that 120 would look really good on my frame. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but also last time I told you that in order to kind of manipulate my BMI, I was sort of lying about my height for a long time, saying I was 5'3" when I'm in fact 5'5". So with my proper height and then my actual weight, it turns out my BMI was still underweight. If I calculated it now, I think we're good. I just weighed myself now, and honestly, my memory's really bad, and I don't remember what the number was, so I filmed it, but I think it was like 112. So when I initially came up with this plan to gain weight, I thought I was gonna gain like 10 pounds in a month. Like, I had a plan to eat enough to do that, and it turns out like I can't. When you've been on a really restrictive diet for a really long time, it actually physically hurts to start eating again. You have a lot of weird stomach pain, especially like gut pain, lots of like kind of gross like gas and bloating, and it's actually painful. Not to mention the pain in your mouth, because I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but for me, I would bite my cheeks and my tongue all the time when I'm just starting to eat again. So it's just really annoying and frustrating. But I mean, this time I've been spending like a year slowly trying to like eat intuitively, and I'm at the point where I'm like eating just enough to kind of sustain myself, but I really, really want to put on extra weight, and then hopefully that will trick my brain into eating properly like a normal person. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like it'd be so easy to just say like, oh, I feel like I'm good now and I'm in the clear, because like I do actually feel quite good, but I know how easy it can backswing, and you can kind of see it. It's the there's fat going back on my face because when I'm at a healthy normal weight, sorry about my chair. When I'm at a healthy normal weight, my cheeks are actually really full. They're not sunken like they are right now, so I'm not very excited to have that come back, because that was always something that bothered me a lot, I guess. To be perfectly honest, the thing about my face, it wasn't that it ever bothered me. I mean, obviously, it always bothered me that my cheeks were so puffy, but I didn't realize there was any way to change that. I didn't realize that if I was underweight, my face would look different. So it was the first kind of like unexpected benefit that I found with an eating disorder, and that feels so sick to say. But yeah, that's why I'm a little bit scared for that to come back. I can already see it starting. So I've been making sure to take extra care of my skin during this time, just to like, make things easier on myself. Sorry, my eyebrows are really shocking. I actually noticed a change in the size of my body when I was editing my last haul video. And I think it's really wild if you want to see my body change. Since I started doing videos on YouTube like 2 years ago or 3 years or whatever it was, um, you can actually see me slowly gaining weight. And I think that's so weird. And yeah, that video was like the first time that I really noticed a change. Because normally I don't notice any change when I'm editing it. It's always so subtle. I've definitely reached a point where I'm not feeling as much brain fog anymore, and that is both really nice and also really kind of scary just to realize how bad it was. Because that's the thing about being really sick, having like an eating disorder, it's that you don't recognize how stupid you are. Because, and I don't mean stupid as in like, oh, you'd have to be so stupid to starve yourself, or how could you do that to yourself? I don't mean like that. I don't mean that condescending bullcrap. I mean, like, like, like actually, like you become slow. Like it's like your brain does not have enough power to run, and you function like a person with half the brain cells that you actually have. Like it's like a thing, you know. It's not like I don't mean it in that other way. And it's like you don't even realize how bad it was until you're actually eating again. And then it's like, oh my god, wow. Look at all these bad decisions. I'm gonna give my eyebrows a little more of an arch. It's been a long time since I've given them an arch. I usually pluck it off and try to make them really straight. I want to share this terrible misconception I had about recovery before I did it. And it's actually the same as recovery from drugs too, because I had the same thing, the same misconception, the same realization during that time of life as well. And I'm nervous to share it because like if anyone's in the position where they're trying to make the decision to like stop doing something that's bad for them, I don't want to discourage you, but at the same time I don't want to lie to you, and I want to be really honest. And I had this misconception that like once I made the decision to get better and I actually started doing it, that life would be fine and that all of my troubles would be over, and that once the looming threat of death was off the table, it would be okay. But that's not the case. Like you don't actually get congratulated, and you just have to sit there and sift through the remains of everything you've destroyed, and that is like, wow. Being confronted with years worth of damage from your actions and behavior and decisions, you know, and like it gets really depressing going over things and saying, "Oh, I was sick," and like you don't want to say it as an excuse, but like there's nothing else you can say, and it's just like the most important thing is how you deal with that kind of stuff, you know, like when you've made some kind of horrible mistake and you've caused some kind of whatever, you know, problem or pain or anything like that, the most important thing is how you fix it, how you clean up your mess, I think. So I don't want to dwell, and I don't want to be all like, oh, woe is me, because that's not it. It was just a misconception I had, and I wanted to share it with you. I'm scared to hang out with women because they usually are the ones that inadvertently trigger my eating disorder. It's not their fault, they don't mean to do it. It's typically them. It's typically ladies that do it. Rarely is it a guy that says something that upsets that part of me. And I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying like I'm finding that I'm scared to go and hang out with them because of that. So that's lonely. A lot of my friends have always been guys, and there's an age where that's not a problem, but like I feel like the age I am now, people look at you really weird if most of your friends are male, and I don't know what that is. I think, well, I mean, I do know what that is, but I like to play dumb and pretend I don't know what that means. I feel like I should want to go outside more. I feel like I should want to spend time with people more, but I don't. I honestly, I don't. I have some days where I think of specific people that I know and I just miss them so much. And I think about messaging them. Sometimes I do, and we make plans to hang out, and then I cancel. I just don't. I don't even know if like I want people to come to me. It's just I don't know anything. I think a big part of my recovery will be centered around cooking, seeing as last time it really was focused around cooking. That was sort of what helped me get better. That and learning to bake. I've already started baking again. I'm actually thinking of filming a video tonight and tomorrow because it's a very, very long process. Baking petit fours, petit fours, petit fours, petit fours, little French cakes. I don't know, they're so cute. They remind me of Marie Antoinette. And they are gorgeous and delicate, and they're actually made up of things I've made before, or things you don't even have to make. So it's all about how you arrange it together, and I love recipes like that. I love recipes where you can take little parts of it and change them, make them seasonal or special. Try new combinations, you know what I mean? So I think petit fours will be something that I make quite often now, and I hope you enjoy it. I already have an idea for some that I want to make that are kind of like Christmassy, so we'll see how that goes. I will make a video of just showing you how they're kind of made normally, see if that does okay. Yeah. Would you believe it's actually kind of difficult to find information about weight gain on the internet? Unless you're trying to look at it from like a weight loss perspective, it's actually really difficult to find that kind of information. So just while I finish up my makeup here so I can move on to the next video I want to film today, I'm going to tell you the foods that I usually eat to help me gain weight and at which stage. Because I don't know if everybody's the same, but personally, the early stages of weight restoration for me, I get very nauseous and I get very like sensitive, so I'll get like a headache or my skin will break out or I'll have some kind of like really bad stomach cramping or some kind of gas reaction, like ew. But you know, like I'll be very sensitive to foods, so I'll have to eat very I don't even know what the word is because it's not necessarily plain food. It's just like I have certain safe foods. Vegetable soup is always really good, but it does require cooking, and honestly, standing at the stove and heating up a bowl of soup is too much effort for me when I'm really sick. Peanut butter really thick. I try to get like between 1 and 2 tablespoons on each cracker, and then I eat as many as I can. And then that has like a surprising amount of calories per cracker. I think per tablespoon of peanut butter is something like 80 calories. Sorry, I don't know why I'm losing my voice. The next thing I like to eat, which is really easy for my stomach to handle, is avocado, which is super calorie heavy as well. I also like to eat eggs, but I'm really not good with eggs. They have to be poached. I like to have bread with avocado and then like a poached egg all smashed in together. That's so nice. And that's really like good and calorie heavy too. I always try to focus on a lot of fat in the early stages. So the fat from peanut butter, avocado, I find that helps me a lot. I try to stay away from carbs from like vegetables and fruit too much during that stage, and I'll get into those later once I'm not feeling nauseous from, you know, drinking a cup of water or something ridiculous. Every time I get sick, it takes my body a different amount of time to recover. Like the first time I got sick, I bounced back really, really fast. It wasn't difficult at all. I was only nauseous for like a couple of days. But then, like the last time that I tried to get better, I was nauseous for months. Months and months and months. And then I would get better and the nausea would go away and I would relapse and get sick again and it would come back and on and on and on. And I did that for, it's been over a year that I've been doing that for now, and it's quite honestly embarrassing, so I need to get on with it and gain this last 10 to 15 pounds so I can just be healthy and not think about any of this stuff again. So now that I've pushed through all of the painful stage, I'm now into the psychologically painful stage where I'm watching my body change. During this stage, if I buy clothes, I make sure I'm not buying anything that's too snug. Everything has to be quite big. Not too big, because like we don't want to look ridiculous. Also, we don't want to overshoot the goal and gain too much weight at once, because that will just increase the chances of relapse, won't it? So I do try to avoid shopping at this stage, which is basically impossible for me, I'll be honest. I love shopping. But I'll, you know, stick with oversized sweaters, you know, no pants, try to stay away from buying pants and skirts and... Oh, and bras. Don't buy bras at this stage. Buy bras when you're weight restored. Don't, because they're so expensive. If you have to get something in the meantime, just get something cheap from Walmart. Like, don't spend money on bras at this time. It's not a good time for that. When you gain weight, especially after a period of starvation, all of the weight goes to your midsection first, to your torso. It goes there to protect your vital organs. But it is disturbing. Sorry, I know I look ridiculous. It is disturbing to watch weight collect around your stomach, especially when it's been like an area that you focus on, trying to keep looking a certain way, and all of a sudden it is now the widest part of your body. You thought you had this hourglass shape and now it's an apple, you know, like that kind of stuff happens. My stomach can look entirely different from morning to night. I can change like 3 dress sizes. Like it's obviously like calming down now, but it has quite literally been years of this, of bloating and relapsing, trying again, gaining, bloating, relapsing, just over and over. I'm so tired. So tired. I'm too old. I am 30. I'm too old for this crap, and I need to just get my shit together and pull my head out, you know? Please excuse my green hair. I think I already mentioned that. I'm now able to eat at restaurants. That's pretty exciting, actually. I think my fiance probably likes that one. I feel like that was his least favorite part of everything. So we could never go to a restaurant because I would literally have a tantrum. I feel like I should have said this at the beginning, but like as a disclaimer, like I'm not a health professional. Don't take any advice from me, like ever. I'm literally just a person on YouTube, and like I'm just telling you like what I'm doing and how it's going because you seemed interested. And I only started telling you guys this on my channel because I thought I had to, because like you're gonna see me change and I don't want you to like worry about me or anything. And I know some of you had been a little bit worried about me, so I don't want you to worry anymore about me. So that's why I'm telling you. I'm not like trying to tell you this to give you advice or anything. Like this is literally just an update. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Oh, embarrassing. So don't take advice from me. I'm not a health professional. This is not how they treat anorexia. This is how I treat anorexia because I've had it I've been dealing with this since I was like a little kid, like since I was 9 and I'm 30, and this is just what I've decided to do this time, and it's been slow. But I think I have a better chance at getting past this without any relapse this time, because I've relapsed every other time, you know? And I think this time I want it to stick. So I'm just gonna try really slow and try to get myself to intuitive eating. The next stage will be trying to eat 3 meals, because right now I'm only eating like 2 a day. And I'm also snacking, and I hate snacking so much, so I can't wait to cut it out. And once I get to the maintaining level, the first thing I'm doing is cutting out snacking, because I hate it. Hate it. I'm also drinking milkshakes. Those have a lot of calories. I try to get like iced coffee or like ice caps. Like those are incredibly high in calorie. Don't drink those if you're trying to maintain your weight. If you're doing anything other than trying to gain weight, don't order an ice cap at Tim Hortons. Save those for weight gaining times, please. They are terrible for you. Yeah. Really the main thing I'm doing is increasing my portions, because I don't want to fall into a habit of eating really unhealthy food rather than eating larger amounts of food. I would rather stretch my stomach now and eat larger amounts of food and then deal with that later when I can cut back, rather than eat the wrong thing for months and then maybe have some health problems, because that doesn't sound nice. I am eating a lot of chocolate, so that's probably why my skin's not great. But I'm going to go now. I'm sorry that this was a weird little random video that's just up here, and yeah, I just wanted to give you an update because I said I was going to on Instagram, and then I just sat here and played The Sims, and then I was going to go to bed, and then I was like, probably shouldn't go to bed, you should probably film some videos because you have a YouTube channel that you haven't uploaded on in like a week, so you should probably do that, you lazy bum. I might go film some more videos for you. So I'm gonna go so I can get that done, and I will see you really, really soon. Thank you so much for clicking on me. Yeah. Bye.